Hello friends, I'm so excited to discuss about distinguish between GLP and ISO 17025. So people are so curious about to know these two standards, and there is some misconception also is there like GLP is superior than ISO 17025. Whether it is correct or not, let us know in depth about this.
Okay friends, let us go into the presentation. So this presentation is based on OECD document 18. The title of the document is OECD position paper regarding the relationship between the OECD principles of GLP and ISO IEC 17025. So first slide, GLP. GLP is conducting non-clinical health and environmental safety testing that is intended for submission to appropriate regulatory authorities in support of the registration, licensing, or regulation of chemicals and related products. Example: pharmaceuticals, pesticides, cosmetics, industrial chemicals, veterinary drugs, food and feed additives. Whereas in ISO 17025, OECD GLP is not intended or required for non-regulated testings. ISO IEC 17025 was developed by testing calibration laboratory and laboratory accreditation communities rather than regulatory sector. Example: product testings, calibration services and sampling. What is the takeaway point from this slide? The point is, the studies which are going for regulatory submissions are need to be conducted under GLP. The studies or testings which are not going for the regulatory submissions or can be done by ISO IEC 17025. So we can learn in depth about this point. GLP. OECD GLP has been applied to toxicological testing using laboratory animals. Long-term toxicological studies may run for several months and involve many scientific disciplines such as analytical and bioanalytical, chemistry, clinical pathology testing, histopathology, physical testing, and so on. Whereas in ISO IEC 17025, it has been applied to quality testing of products and materials like paper, plastics, glass, wood, cloths, metals, water, air, food products, leather products, dyes, electric equipments, electronic equipments, automobile spare parts, medical devices like masks, gloves, isolation gowns, blood bags, syringes, medical equipments like BP machines, ventilators, X-ray machines, nebulizers, etc. So on. It went so on. The list goes on. As per the test standards like BAS, ISO, ASTM, EN, EU, etc. And some physical chemical testing of pesticides, pesticide formulations. So what is the takeaway point from this slide? So it is clear, toxicological testings which are having multidisciplinary studies. So each discipline, it has its own test item. Okay, these studies are meant for regulatory submissions, whereas some quality testings of products, materials, here I am talking about only testings, calibrations and sampling. These are not discussed in this document. We are only comparing the testings. So I am talking about only testings. So quality testing of products and materials. So for example, I'm a manufacturer of paper. I want to manufacture a paper having 0.5 mm thickness. So I manufactured the paper. I just want to know the thickness of the paper. So for that I need not go for GLP study. A laboratory which is having ISO 17025 can very apt for my testings. So it is my manufacturer requirement. It is not regulatory requirement. So I want to test my paper according to the test specifications or test requirements. Like I want my paper thickness is 0.5. I need to be test whether the paper is having 0.5 thickness or not. Likewise, for instance, I am a manufacturer of masks. Mask test requirements are different. Like, what is its filtration efficiency? What is its CO2 retention on the mask? So the test specification clearly specifies what is its requirements. So I need to test the mask against the test specification, whether my mask is meeting the test specification requirement or not. It is 100% manufacturer requirement, not the regulatory requirement. So we need to distinguish very clearly which study is for GLP, which test is for ISO 17025. Next point. So in GLP, the main customer of GLP compliance monitoring inspection is the receiving authorities, the receiving regulatory authorities to which the studies have been submitted. So the receiving regulatory authorities are the main customers for GLP studies. Whereas in ISO 17025, the main customer is the manufacturer of the product or material. Manufacturer is the main customer, whereas in GLP, regulatory authorities are the customers. Next point, GLP. The focus of the OECD GLP quality system is on the administration and management of the conduct of the study rather than the science of the study being undertaken. Whereas in ISO 17025, the focus of ISO 17025 is on the competence and systems available within the laboratory that support and provide critical input into how the laboratory conducts its testing services, both at technical and management level. So it requires technical competence and management levels. And the other focus of the standard is on the ongoing operation and management of laboratory itself, and on the capacity of the laboratory to produce consistent and reliable results that are scientifically valid. So in GLP, it is only seeing the administration point of view and management point of view rather than the science of the study. But in ISO 17025, it is very important of technical competence, systems, management levels, and scientifically valid results. Next point. OECD GLP has very specific requirements with regard to quality assurance activities and for the study director, who has overall responsibility for all phases of the study and who holds a crucial role in OECD GLP. Whereas in ISO 17025, on the other hand, includes requirements that are not covered by the principles, and laboratories that are involved in non-regulatory area may need to focus on additional elements such as customer requirements, ongoing quality improvement, and technical aspects such as internal quality control, and external proficiency testing, and some validation studies, interlaboratory comparisons, etc. Next point, GLP. On the basis of mutual acceptance data, MAD agreement, which is an integral part of the OECD principles of GLP, as the application of OECD GLP is harmonized across the OECD countries. Governments can accept the test data from other countries with the assurance that its data will be valid and acceptable quality. So data produced under GLP can be accepted by OECD member countries. If sometimes the countries which are adhered to MAD agreement also can accept the data, but whereas in ISO 17025 there are multilateral arrangements between the various national accreditation bodies for recognition of each other's accreditations. Example, the International Laboratory Accreditation Cooperation Mutual Recognition Arrangement, ILAC-MRA. ILAC-MRA signatories agree to accept the results from each other's accredited laboratories under the ILAC-MRA. So the test results from laboratories accredited by ISO 17025 are able to recognized internationally. Summary. I want to summarize this. While the OECD principles of good laboratory practice and ISO IEC 17025 both set out requirements for quality management systems under which testing is conducted, they are, as a result of their evaluation and history, documents with different purposes. So GLP and ISO 17025 are for different purposes. It is therefore impractical and in many cases would be inappropriate to apply one of set of requirements with the intention of meeting the purposes of the other. And finally, don't compare an apple with an orange. If you want a supplement of C vitamin, you have to go with an orange, obviously, not with an apple. So it is very specific, very selective. It applicable to GLP and ISO 17025 also. If you are going for regulatory submissions of regulatory submissions like resisting some chemicals, you have to go with the GLP study. If you want to conduct non-regulatory submissions like manufacturer requirement testings, you have to go with ISO 17025. And thank you for your patience listening. Thank you so much.